I started out, my father was American military. We want you to be part of this group, take women away from practicing Islam. And I fell in love with the Quran. He bought me a Ferrari. He's like, it's yours if you take off your hijab. I started out, my father was American military.
American military.
My dad's commander came to me and he said, we want you to be part of this group.
Islamic group.
And you are going to take women away from practicing Islam, basically being free and feminist and living their lives. But in order to do that, I had to read Quran. I had to read Hadith. And I fell in love with the Quran. In the evenings, I was sitting with a group of Christians, and well, actually it was mostly Jews, that would teach me Quran and Hadith and how to play with it. I decided if I had been a Jew when Isa alayhi salam came, I would have had to accept Isa alayhi salam. So how can I now deny Muhammad, even if it means giving up my life? When I took the Shahada, I felt something I never felt before. I was saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I literally went, the first time in my life, I had breathed in. I called my father, who at that time was in Germany, and I was like, I became a Muslim. He told me, that's it, I'm sending a ticket. Tomorrow you'll be on a plane on your way to Germany. I said, I can't deny it. And he said, if you don't take this ticket, I no longer have a daughter. You're dead to me. He bought me a Ferrari. He's like, it's yours if you take off your hijab.
Astaghfirullah.
Remember, Allah
Now
Almighty
Mufti Menk's
says,
video
وَقَضَى
watched and very
أَلَّا
informative.
تَعْبُدُوا
Very
إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. The first declaration that he makes is none shall be worshipped besides him. That is a declaration of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanallah.
And then he says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And it is compulsory, obligatory to be kind to your parents. To be kind to your parents.
To your parents.
بِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah makes mention of both parents, walidain, two, mother and father. Now, this includes, like I said, those who are alive, those who have passed on. Those who are Muslim, those who are not. Those who are living together, those who are divorced. Those who get on, those who don't. Those who've done good things, those who've done bad things. All of them, we need to fulfill their rights accordingly. Now, that's a very, very deep ruling within Islam. It's one of the most important things. Why is it so important? And why do your parents have great value, if not one of the greatest values that Allah Almighty has created in terms of relationships? The reason is, who made you? Ask yourself. Well,
Allah
made me. Allah made me. And what means did He choose for you to be brought onto this earth? He chose your parents. So He chose them. This is all part of your test. They may not be good people. You have to still fulfill their rights. They may be brilliant. They may let you do whatever you want to do. You still need to do what Allah permits you to do, what He has ordained. So you find some parents, they let their children do whatever they want. And people say, oh, my parents are cool. They're really good. You know, it doesn't make them good. Being cool doesn't always mean you're good. But where they kept teaching you and reminding you about what was right in terms of what you're supposed to be doing on earth, yes, by all means. But if they didn't remind you, it doesn't mean that you've just got to fulfill whatever they're saying. Now let's get back to the issue of fulfilling their rights. Number one, to be kind to them. Kindness. Be kind to your parents. The term ihsan generally refers to kindness. I need to be kind. Kind in the way I treat them. And as I grow older, they may become in need of me. Not just my prayers, but beyond prayers. Maybe physically, maybe financially, maybe emotionally, morally, whatever else. They might require my support in one way or another, male or female. It's my duty to ensure that I've done whatever I can to make my parents comfortable and to let them live a life where they believe I was always kind to them. Now, notice Allah didn't say you have to agree with them, nor does He say you have to obey them, because obedience is for Allah. When they have asked you to do something that is against what Allah has asked you, then there is no obedience. Two reasons. One is لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. There is no obedience to the creation when it comes to the disobedience of the Creator, be it your parents or whoever else it may be. That's number one. Number two is Allah Almighty tells us, لا تطيعهما, do not obey both of your parents. If they have asked you to do something that is in disobedience of Allah. وَإِن جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ بِي مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. If they are striving towards making you worship that which is besides Allah, that you obey that or worship that which is besides Allah, Allah says, don't listen to them. Don't obey them, in fact. And Allah says, صَاحِبُهُمَا فِي الدُّنْيَا مَعْرُوفًا. Still, you should remain in their good companionship on earth. So be kind to them, feed them, clothe them, maybe give them an allowance, make sure they have good accommodation, look after them, keep reminding them about what's right and wrong if they need to be told, but in a beautiful way. This is the fulfillment of the rights of the parents. And remember, it does not mean that we should, if we are parents, it does not mean we should use that card to do whatever you want, because my beloved parents, we are under the instruction of Allah. So as much as, yes, I've spoken about the parents being the most important people in your lives in terms of your relationships, indeed. But if you're a parent, it does not give you the green light. Because I'm a father, I can do what I want. Because I'm a mother, I can say what I want and do what I want. What are you going to do? Allah's given me the authority. He hasn't.
No.
Parents have not been just given a blanket authority, not at all. In fact, one thing that a lot of people are making a mistake with, and many young boys and girls come up with this issue. Culturally, in some cultures, the parents decide who the child is going to get married to, and that's it, and it's closed. It's not an Islamic thing. It's got nothing to do with religion. It's a cultural thing. In religion, the child has to be consulted. In fact, the adult has to be consulted. The person getting married or the people getting married have to be consulted. They have to be happy with whatever is being offered to them. If not, you offer them something else. You introduce them to something else. You give them an opportunity again and again. And this is something that keeps repeating itself, including today. I received an email from Pakistan where someone was telling me, I'm being forced against my will, blackmail. My father says he will do this and he will do that, and I have to get married to X, Y, and Z. You know what do I do? It's a cultural problem that you're facing.